Duffhead, how long is it going to take to get to Shakhtar, mate? What? Oh, that's outrageous. Hello? Speaking. Bristol City, what do you want? You want to offer me a job interview? Do you ever have to go to Shakhtar? You don't? Alright, I'm listening. Ugh, but you'd like to one day. Look, I'm sorry guys, but I'm just not going to trade the Champions League for the Championship. Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to Season 5, Episode 8 of The Impossible Dream with Bala Town, and today we face a team whose name I cannot pronounce in the Welsh League, and then we go to Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League group stage, and if we have any chance of finishing anywhere other than bottom of that group, we really need to take at least a point. But since last episode, we have been offered an interview at Bristol City, so our reputation is improving. They're 24th in the Championship. They're a 3-star reputation club. We're not leaving Bala Town. It's just not happening. But it's good to know that, you know, we're interesting other clubs now, which is nice. And the other thing which is nice, as a matter of fact, if we go to look at dynamics, we will see that we have a happy Rhys Williams. We have, if we go to promises up here, we have fulfilled the promise that he gets his fair increase in playing time, and he has now signed a new contract, so he is with us till 2027, 4 more years. Anyway, yeah, so not too much of an increase. I think it was an extra £150 a week or so. So really, really good news that Rhys Williams is going to be staying a Bala Town player. But before we get to today's episode, we have 2 games to catch you up on. The first of which was a league game against Barry Town. Conor Gosney gave us the lead on the stroke of half-time. We doubled our lead on the hour mark thanks to Dan Biggs' towering header. And we secured the points a few minutes later. Dan Biggs again involved as he crossed for Adam Maurice. So a comfortable win against what is apparently Scott Rusco's new club. So we really got to put one over him, which is nice. Gosney, Biggs and Maurice with the goals. You can see their player ratings and match stats tell a story. We absolutely dominated the game and deserved to win. So excellent stuff and really good to stick one up Scott Rusco, to be honest. And now the next game to catch you up on, the final game, is an away trip to Queen of the South in the Iron Brew Cup. 4th round, I think it was. Ryan Burke got the only goal with a late penalty. So we were well below our best in this one, but a penalty got us across the line. We were the better team. We did deserve to win, but as I said, not at our best. So yeah, Burke continues to score from the penalty spot, which is excellent. And there we go. We've got Greenock Morton in the quarterfinals of this competition. We are away from home again, so that's going to be a little bit tougher than it could have been, but on track to defend that trophy, as we are on track to defend the Welsh Cup and the Premier League title as well. If we look at the league tables, as a matter of fact, you can see we're not top right now. Carnarvon are really sticking up there, which is to their credit, but we are only 3 points back, 2 games in hand. One of those is against this team here who we're about to start playing now, Prestatyn Town. Nailed it. We could, in theory, with goal difference, go back. Well, not in theory. Hopefully, we will go back to the top of the table very, very shortly here indeed. Let's have a look at what we're expecting here. We're not the favorites. We are the favorites. We are in good form. Just Champions League defeats is what's killing us right now. They're a Neil Gibson coach team. We can see here, if we have a look at his attributes, he's fine. He does a job. A cautious, standard playing style, mixed pressing. If we have a look at the analysis report here, we can see that we're expecting a 4-4-2. They did get beaten by Kevin Druids last time out. You can see there, they're rigid, aren't they? Goalkeeper is involved. We'll try and prevent that, obviously. And we can see there also, they don't have many key passes, but they tend to be closer, sort of inside the attacking half and maybe from wider areas as well. This is a team we're sending out. Obviously, we have more than an eye on the Champions League game. So Jaycock in goal. It's Granger, Lewis, Evans and Nichols as the back four. Tomlinson and Gossé go in midfield. It's Apgareth, Henry Jones and Maurice with Buss and Brew up top. Only, what did I say, was 4 goals away, I think it is, of the club goal scoring record. He scored 4 in a game before. Could he break the record? So it's a 4-4-2, but a very, very defensive one, as a matter of fact. So that just kind of is what it is. What do we want to say here? Go out there, give him a morale boost. We've been on good... Just keep impress me. Yeah, that's fine. Just go out there and impress me, boys. It's one of these games that we should win, and we should win comfortably. But we've seen before we can get sort of hiccups in these sort of situations. We'll do the same sort of thing we usually do, where we look to hit early crosses into the box and just try and, if we can get an early goal in these sorts of games, then we tend to run away with them. It's just a matter of whether or not we fall asleep after the break. But this is a nice, promising start, only a minute in. Gossé, there's a good ball there for Apgareth. Can he pull it back for Buss and Brew? Oh, it's a penalty. It's a Stonewall penalty now. Is Buss and Brew going to take it? It looks like he is, and he could knock another goal off the goal-scoring all-time record here. This would put him, I think, 2 goals back from equaling, 3 goals away from breaking, and there it is. Could it be on this very day? We're only 2 minutes in. Let's demand a little bit more, and he needs, as I said, if he scores a hat-trick today, I believe he will equal. I probably should have checked for sure, but I think my maths is sure on that one. He will equal with a hat-trick. He will break it with a haul with 4 goals. Here we go, Nichols. What can he do? We're in the 4th minute now. Nichols loses out, then wins it back. Nicely done. Henry Jones. Jones, early, it's there. Can we find Buston Brew in the middle? It's Buston Brew! Oh, it's a good save. And we were almost in a situation where we had 86 minutes for him to equal the record this game. Oh, it's bouncing around in there again. And it's another corner, is it? Almost an own goal. We are hammering them right now. Gosset with another corner. It's headed away again. Again, it's a completed clearance this time, and that will end the highlight for us. So close for Luke Buston Brew there. What can we do here? Granger's looking a little bit apprehensive. I should say too, apologies for the sound last episode. I don't really understand exactly what happened. I'm hoping I fixed the issue. I know it wasn't ideal, but hopefully, I think it was still watchable. So hopefully it wasn't too bad. Buston Brew. But yeah, apologies for that. Unfortunately, it's the sort of thing where I don't realise something's wrong until I've finished recording and go to edit. And then I can hear it. And it's just like, oh, crap. But yeah. There wasn't, as I said, there wasn't much I could do at the time because I didn't know it was happening. So, yeah, apologies for that. And hopefully, as I said, issue has been rectified. Tomlinson. There we go. All the way back there for Jaycock. Up for Lewis. Lewis back for Jaycock. I don't mind patient play from the back. They're not really pressuring us either. So that's even sort of less risk involved. Granger. There's a good ball. Jones, nice first time back for Tomlinson. Tomlinson squares it for Gosset. Gosset looks early for Buston Brew. Buston Brew. Is it going to find that Gareth? No, I'm not quite sure that was the pass, to be honest. Can we win that? No, we can't. Now we're going to find ourselves under a little bit of pressure here. Hughes brings it forward for the M. Can we win at that? Get a foot in. Get a foot in. We're putting good pressure on them, but the nature of a highlight is something tends to happen. Can we win the ball back? Buston Brew putting in a token effort to close down, which is all we can really ask for, to be honest. Here we go with Maurice. Can he? It's a good ball for Ap Gareth. Surely he's going to go himself. Ap Gareth! Oh, first goal of the season for Ap Gareth. And I actually thought he maybe scored 1 or 2. He may have just hit the post. He certainly had a lot of assists. But that's 2-0, and that should hopefully now be job done. We've just got to make sure we defend sensibly. And, I mean, they're going to have to come out at us now as well, aren't they? Not the best goalkeeping we'll see this season, that's for sure. But Ap Gareth gets his name on the score sheet. And there we go. Adam Maurice with another assist now as well. Excellent, excellent stuff. Can we get a third, perhaps, just before half-time? Here we go with a corner. It's decent. Evans is there. Dan Evans, it's Buston Brew's goal. He's stolen a goal off him. And I don't think he needed to do it. We'll have another look here. I think that was going in. It was a good header from Dan Evans. Buston Brew is offside. And I think that's going in. It certainly doesn't look like it's missing by much if it's not going in. But there we go. Buston Brew hunting down the hat-trick for to equal the record and has cost us a goal there. But that's okay. As long as it doesn't cost us in the game, we can forgive that. What do we say? I think an assertive. Assertive, I'm happy. Keep it up. I'm experimenting in team talks with that with the assertive, I'm happy. To keep it up, to try and make sure that we don't, we don't let the performance slip, to make sure we actually keep it up. So it seems to be working okay for us. There's a good ball for Ap Gareth. Oh, Ap Gareth, it's a sitter, mate. You really, really should have done better with that. He's hit it straight at the goalkeeper. Ball to the back post. It's headed behind. That's going to be another corner, and we've come out the second half, putting just as much pressure on them as we did in the first half. You've got to say that, to be fair to them, they've been quite solid defensively considering how many highlights we've had. That's a good claim from their goalkeeper. And that will end that for us. Let's try giving them some praise. We're looking a little bit complacent, which I don't love. But we're dominating the game, so it's difficult probably not to become complacent in this sort of situation, isn't it? We'll give them a little bit more praise. Is there anything we want to change? Anybody on the bench? Not necessarily. Gosset's on a booking. We might make a change there. Let's get Backhill Benny on for him. And, just protect ourselves from a red card there. Let's try a demand more. We haven't really come out this second half at all, have we? Here's a highlight. What we don't want is to get back to 2-1 right now, and then it gets maybe a little bit of a nervy finish. Tomlinson's won the ball there, but no one's picked it up. He goes to try and win it again. Come on, boys. if it does go to 2-1, given how this second half has gone, you would just start to get a little bit nervous. Backheel Benny, nice ball out there. Jones finds Ap Gareth in space. Can we get them on the... Well, not really the break, but... Oh, that's a red card, referee. What a terrible lunging tackle that is. Ap Gareth bounces back like nothing's wrong. Hobbles off back to the middle, ready for the free kick. But that's them down to 10 men, and that should now be that. A horror challenge. Let's praise them and see if we can go and get a third now. Look at the crowd. I just noticed that. I don't know. We're not quite at the stage yet where we can look to expand the stadium. But the Liverpool game last time out, we got 9,000 there. Now, I don't know if the game's going to take into account that when we look to, looks at our average season attendance. I imagine it would look at the average attendance just in the league. But one thing I would really like to do is expand the stadium or build a new stadium to the point where we can host our own European games. I think that'd be nice. Nichols back there for backheel Benny. Eyes lit up, and it had to dip, didn't it? They had to dip late to have any chance. So that's something I'd like to do, and if we can see, there's no one in this stand here whatsoever, so maybe that's a little bit ambitious. But there we go, a comfortable 2-0 win. Maybe not the best game we'll see this season, but it was a nice little warm-up. What do we want to say there? Just a well done. So there we go back top of the division. A nice little warm-up for the Shakhtar game. Ap Gareth, man of the match. He just continues to defy, doesn't he? Obviously a crowd favourite as well in the comments. 6 straight wins. Guys, wait right there. We go to Shakhtar next. Oh, can we get anything from that game? Okay, welcome back. Now, we do have a little bit of breaking news. Not a little bit, well, if there is breaking news. We have signed a new striker, Durjo Simic, on a free transfer. 20-year-old. We'll have a look at him in just a second. A B signing, according to the fans. I think he's going to be better than that. 1.5, so 1.7 or 1,700 there. That's what I'm looking for. £1,700 a week we're paying him. 2-year deal with the option of extending it. There it is there. Option for extending it for another year for the club. I'm having a really hard time signing players for us. Let's have a look at what we've signed here. Basically, because it seems like we sign a player at the start of a season, and by the end of the season, it seems like we've moved past them. And to be honest, I think this guy could be the end of Anderson already at the club. Really, really happy with what we've got here. I mean, he can play in wide areas, but we'll predominantly be looking to use him as a striker. Physically, look at that. He's just a whippet. Really, really quick. Good dribbling, good finishing, decent free kicks as well. He can pass. He's got decent vision. He's almost like a rich man Serafino in a way. Anticipation could be a little bit better, as could composure, but that'll come with time. He has been on trial with us, and to be honest, I just think he's a little bit of a no-brainer to sign. He's not obviously going to be eligible to play in the Champions League, but that's to be expected. Now, the other thing, if we look at the Youth Champions League, we've got a draw out of Shakhtar, so we're actually right now, the youth team is sitting pretty to progress out of the group. Now, we are giving some of the senior players some game time, but Buckland, Curtis Owen, of course, who's a really good midfielder for us, potentially, and Guto as well. So I'm trying to give us the best chance of getting through. But I've got to say, we're looking absolute specials to get, maybe not to get out of the group, but certainly to do a lot better than what the senior team's been doing. But let's not worry about that right now. Let me know what you think of the new signing. I think he's going to be a star for us, and it almost certainly means the end of Buston Brew. But what I have actually done, I've offered Buston Brew a new contract. He hasn't signed it yet, but he's sort of agreed to it. Well, I'll tell you more about that in the game. But you can see here, we're not the favourites as you would expect. We're away from home against Shakhtar. The other game has already been played. The early kickoff, and Liverpool won 2-0. So if we could win here, we'd go back into contention perhaps for second spot. But really, we need to get at least a draw out of Shakhtar to make sure that we are still within sort of striking distance to get that third spot, because I think that's the best we can hope for. Goal difference is going to hurt us, though. That result against Liverpool got a little bit out of hand last time out. We don't know too much about them, unfortunately. Nelson's report, we can see, we're not necessarily expecting them to play like this either. A few interesting names. Scott McTominay is there. Granit Xhaka is there as well. So we will recognise some of the names. They do, of course, won last time out. McTominay with a late goal to break our hearts personally there, because it's a point that we didn't really want them to get. This is a team we're sending out. We are going to keep faith with this formation that's got us so far in Europe this season. So Jay Cocky in goal, Burke, Cooper, Williams, Gosney and Sears as the back five. We're going to switch York and Williamson around. So York's going to play his more natural, deep-lying playmaker role. He's coming along really, really nicely as well. And that gives Daniels a chance to get forward a little bit more in the box-to-box role. It's not going to be Jones. It's going to be Waite in there, which means we probably need to put him on the bench. I haven't got my bench set up here correctly. We want Tomlinson on there for backheel Benny. So Waite's going to go in behind Olmark and Anderson up top. Keep your fingers crossed. Let's see what we can do. So yeah, that's more like what we're expecting them to come out in that sort of a formation. So that's fine. Yeah, so what I've done with Boston Brew is offered him a new 3-year deal, £400 a week, emergency backup. And if he's happy to stay on those terms, so he's not going to bother me that he's not playing, then that's fine. Encourage the players, give him a morale boost. Yeah, but the underdogs, let's go out there and cause an upset. Some calm, we have faith. Yeah, and let's see what we can do. Yeah, because I think Boston Brew is obviously going to be a useful player to keep, and I think what we can do with that is it means that we don't have to play him. I think we might look to move Buckland on. We do have to keep an eye on making sure that we have enough. I think get creative, just the highlight started there, and it's easy for Jaycock. We got to make sure we have enough club-trained players for European squads, which right now we're registering short because they're under 21, so we don't have to register them anyway. Gosney with a nice ball out there for Burke getting forward. Now, what can we do here? Can Burke keep possession? He does. It's there for Williams getting forward in his box-to-box roll. Williams goes out for Sears. I'm getting excited here. Can Sears find a cross? He can't. It's Williams! Oh! Daniel Williams! First goal for the club, I believe. And it's 1-0 Bala Town. And can we create more European history with this wonderful Welsh club that we're building here? And what a goal that was. Sears, excellent stuff. Back to Williams. And Williams, have some of that Shakhtar. It's 1-0. And what a time to get your first goal for the club as well. Now, unfortunately, I did just hit get creative as that highlight started all the way back from their corner. Hopefully, that's not going to impact us too negatively. It doesn't look like it is. Anderson's looking nervous. I do think the Simic signing might be the end of Anderson already. Because Simic is just an upgrade on him, isn't he? Because he's not that good in the air anyway. I do think that's maybe the next sort of striker we want to look for is someone that's good in the air. Though Allmark is not bad in the air, so I'm not too concerned about that. And Allmark's someone we have to keep at the club, apart from the fact, Patreon supporter, we're not going to sell him. But apart from that, he's a club-trained player. He's probably the best club-trained player we have, so he has to stay at the club just to register squads. But there we go. 1-0 at the break. They were excellent. Yes, they were. We're going to say, though, don't get complacent. Don't think the job is done. Can we get a little bit more from Gosney, perhaps? Only playing a 6-6. A little bit more from York. He's looking nervous. So we've got faith in you, mate. James Waite, again in Europe. Not quite doing it for us, but that's okay. He's doing a job there for us. Let's give it a. Show some passion here. Anxious, nervous, apprehensive. You kind of would expect that, I suppose. I'm looking at James Waite. We do have Henry Jones on the bench. Maybe we want to make that change. Can we get that away? Oh, it's a penalty. Oh, it's Brandon Cooper, who I almost didn't pick in this game because he's not been particularly good for us in Europe, and he's hauled down Scott McTominay of all players. Can Jaycock save us? No, he can't. He stands there and watches it. That was smashed, wasn't it? And there we go. Let's give it a... What do we say to that? Let's give it a demand more, perhaps. And you do fear a little bit on the hour mark. Are we going to let this all fall away again? All right. Wait, you're letting me down again here, mate. So we're going to take you off. We're going to bring Henry Jones on. We'll keep you on support. That's fine. York's the other one in there. We do have Tomlinson, and I do wonder if maybe we want to make that change as well. And Anderson as well, not playing well. Here we go. Burke over a free kick. It's there for York. York for Henry Jones. What can he do? It's Williamson. It's Allmark. Allmark spreads it out there for Sears. I get excited again. Oh, it's Anderson over the bar. All right, Anderson off. Buss and Brew on. Anderson just hasn't done it for us, has he? We see him miss so many good chances time and time again. And that's one too many. And we make the change. All right, it's only the first chance he's missed this game, of course. But we really, we can't afford to not be getting something from this game, as I said. Can we get a foot in here? We can't. They've got a man getting forward. Come on, boys. Come on. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, I thought that was going in, but it's skewed wide and it looks like it was just a scuff shot. All right. Come on. Let's get creative here, boys. Come on. Oh, it'd be so silly, wouldn't it, to concede a penalty. We need a point, so let's not go attacking. A point is acceptable, I think, to a point. But come on, boys. Come on. Let's get creative here. Late on, is there something there for us? No, and it's the Brandon Cooper foul that costs us a point. But I tell you what, there we go, boys. We've got a draw in the Champions League group stage, and what that means is that we are not, I'll say unlucky. We're not going to get out of this group with nothing. Youthful Bala Town draw Shakhtar. Look at that, almost £1 million for that point. It could have, of course, been so much better had Cooper not stuffed up. But I do think that might be the last we see of Cooper. We might look to replace him in the Champions League squad with Joe Lewis, I think. And I'm wondering too, I don't know what to do with James Waite. He has not had a good time in Europe this year. Do we maybe need to take him out of the firing line as well? But Daniel Williams of the box-to-box, that certainly worked, didn't it? And there we go. If we look at the league tables, we had top on goal difference with a game in hand. That game in hand looks as though it's against the New Saints. So not the easiest game in hand. But the Champions League group, we're only 3 points back of Lyon. We've got to play Lyon at home. We've got to play Shakhtar at home. If we win 2 home games, we just might give ourselves half a chance here, you know. Certainly of at least getting out of the, well, I guess parachuting rather than just crashing right out. But I'm really, really happy we got at least a point. I really didn't want to end up with nothing from this group. So that's a really good sign. But there we go. That is it for today. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know what you think in the comments. Changes that we need that we can make to the Champions League squad. I think Bruce Anderson's got to go for somebody. I just don't know who that's going to be yet. Probably Bus and Brew. James Waite as well. What do we do with James Waite? He's probably our best player, but he's just not doing it for us in Europe. I think I have already had a chat with him. We might have to try another chat, and we might just need to maybe change his role a little bit, perhaps, as well. Maybe an advanced playmaker isn't what we need. Anyway, guys, we'll be back next time. We'll be back. It's huge. It is Shakhtar Donetsk at home. It's the New Saints away, and I think in there as well, we're also going to have our new training facilities completed. So a big, big episode next time up, guys. I'll see you then. Take care.